Yes, sir.
the proper way. So I'll just go over. We have a new board.
Okay.
We have 2 new power amps. This is everything you had, the CD player, CD2. We just labeled them. That's your DVD, and that's the recorder, which we're going to use now to record Bishop's.
Messages.
Yeah. So to turn it on, this is we put this in. This is a power strip in the back. There's plugs, and it's also a surge protection, so it helps. It won't stop lightning, but it helps. And there's a plug in the front if you want to like charge your phone while you're,
Oh.
you know. So you turn this on. This stuff comes on. The board, you see, lights up. But the amps don't come on. So you want to do that second. 2 power switches. You just hit that and that, and let them do their thing. There's a little, they click like that because there's a delay, so there's no surge. So that's how you turn it on.
Okay. So,
And to turn it off, here's the tricky part.
okay. Let me get that because I like
Sure.
to make sure I understand. Okay.
Yes.
So this is 1.
Yep.
Let it all come on.
Yes.
And these 2 is 2.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm getting a clear understanding.
And then to turn it off, we got to do the opposite.
Okay. Okay.
You turn these off. The reason
Okay.
people say, well, why do we have to do it that way? It just, you know how sometimes you'll hear a pop.
Yes, we do that. It was getting a lot when we was turning it off.
Yes, you know, right now if I flick that, the speakers will pop. That's not good for the speakers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You can leave those on. Just don't even worry about that. Just
Okay.
so turn it. I won't do it now, but
Right.
you turn it off, and then off.
Okay.
And
Just
that's it.
backwards. Okay.
Yes.
It's pretty simple. Okay.
All right. And then let's go up on the stage first, and I'll show you.
Oh.
So obviously, these are the 2 monitors, which we call monitors.
Yeah.
And it's labeled monitor 1 on the
Oh,
board.
Okay.
These 2 are tied together. In other words, whatever changes you make up there come out of both of these.
Yes. Okay.
But we also, since we had this monitor and we have the extra channel, this is monitor 2. It's completely separate control.
Okay.
It's like right now I have the piano coming through this,
Oh.
so she or he can hear what they're doing. Or you can add somebody's singing mic to it and not to there, and I'll show you that.
Yes. Okay.
And this is what we call a snake. I call it the snake box,
Right.
the inputs. So these all work now, and there's 8 inputs, so you can plug 8 whatever instruments. Right now I have just this mic in the channel 2, and in channel 1 is her keyboard. It comes right out of her keyboard with a mic cable. Just left output, mono,
So is
just
one-
right into there.
1 is the keyboard. 2.
2 is that.
Is it labeled up there?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Okay. Yes, sir.
And so that's 1 through 8, and it matches 1 through 8 on the board. Very simple.
Oh.
So if you said, hey, plug a mic in the input 3, it'll match up there on 3.
So
now we can go. So remember I said input 1 was keyboard.
Keyboard.
This is one of your magnets. Vocal is just that wired mic that's on the floor. And then we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to that snake there's nothing in them.
Right. Yes, I see.
And then while we're here, we got wireless 1, 2, 3, 4. That's these.
And on
And
your
I-
label.
and I
them.
labeled
Okay,
them.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, and then 4.
4, okay.
And we might as well go back. These two channels, there's nothing in them.
What two?
14
and 15. And 9, I have blank. And then we go to CD1, which is here. CD2, DVD player, computer, nothing. And then this is your master volume. It says left and right because we have left and right speakers.
Okay.
So let's see, let's go back to, we'll just explain one channel. You know, if you learn one channel, it's all the same. It's all repetition. It's just, this is, what is it, 20-some channels of the same thing. So obviously this is your volume for that instrument, what people hear out through those 2 speakers. This mutes that channel. You see the red light goes on, it's hard to see.
Right, I see it, it's bright.
Yeah. So that, when it's
When it's on
When
red,
it's-
it's muted.
yeah. In fact, let's do, we'll turn this on.
So Jim, do you
got it.
recommend
Got it.
muting the praise team mics when they're not in use, or just sliding the bars down?
I like muting
Okay,
when a mic or anything's not being used.
got it.
I like to get in the habit of just muting it, leave the volume where it is,
Exactly.
and just mute.
That way you don't have to guess. You get that
Right.
into that.
Yes, sir.
So when the praise team is not singing, you just mute
Put
the
mute
mics.
it, yes.
Same thing if no one's at the pulpit.
Pulpit,
You can
mute
mute
it.
that mic. And that way you don't have to worry about the settings on the slide bar.
Yeah, you can have all your settings like
And keep
this,
them-
It's the same. You don't have to keep guessing where they should be.
and then you just go, rah, 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 and then unmute them.
Yes, okay.
That's a good habit to get. So this is wireless 1. Check, check. See, it's not working because it's muted.
Muted, right.
Check, 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 check. 1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2. So we'll go back. We'll talk about this channel since. So obviously this is the volume for out front. Check, check. That's the mute. This is pan, which is left and right. Pan means it sends the sound to the left speaker or the right speaker. Check,
Okay, I remember.
check. But you leave it in the middle because
So you want
you want them about both. This is effects, the yellow.
Okay.
The board has check, check. Some effects built in it.
Cool.
Which you don't have to use. Check. Check 1, 2, check. I don't like using the effects on the voice, but it's there.
Can I ask you something? When
Yes.
would you use that then?
Sometimes you want to put a little reverb on a voice.
I hear people saying reverb. What do that mean? I'm
Um,
It's
sorry.
another word for effects almost.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think what
okay.
you'll want to do is if Reverend Crawley wants to use something like that, she'll tell you. If Valerie, and you typically have to practice it. Most people, if they want it, they'll tell you.
Okay.
Unless someone specifically says they want it and they rehearse with it, then just leave it
Don't
alone.
worry about it.
correct. That's very good. Yep. All right, so then we got auxiliary 3, auxiliary 2, and auxiliary 1. And over here I labeled them.
Monitor.
Monitor A, recording, and piano.
So, monitor A is what? The big one there?
No, that's the 2,
Oh, number 1 is right.
is the 2 by the pulpit.
So A, so instead of saying
Yeah, I said
1
monitor
and
1.
2, I
It's
should
A.
say A and B.
Yes.
Okay, I'm with you now. A and B.
Well, actually,
I
the
know it's
piano
not.
is piano. We actually just call it
Oh,
piano.
so that goes to, I'm with you now.
Yeah,
So A, piano goes to,
piano. Yeah.
okay. And I just know if we was to put something else on there, I just have to remember is monitor B instead of piano.
Yes.
If I was to hook something
Yeah, I
else
mean, we
up
could
to
put a
it.
B letter there.
Yes, I got
probably.
it.
What channel is it? Or it's not a
Au-
channel?
Aux
It's-
3.
Oh, yes.
So let's turn down this, all right? So we hear nothing, right?
Yes.
And the monitors, we don't hear anything in the monitors because they're turned down. So singer, say I'm up there singing and she says, hey, I want to hear more of me. Check, check in my monitor, turn it up, check, check,
Oh, okay.
check. Monitor A, so that's those two by the pulpit. And say person playing piano wants to hear me in that monitor. Same thing, you turn that up, hey, check, check. Oh, yeah, I forget, caveat. This has to be up for this one to work on monitor 3. Check. Check. 1, 2. You probably can't hear it, but if you go up there, my voice would be coming through that monitor.
Oh, okay. And it's, instead of coming through the speaker right now.
Yeah, let me, there, can you hear it? Let's see.
Can I go up and listen?
Yep. Is it there?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Check. 1, 2. Check. So if she says turn it down, then we'll just turn it down. Check. There. 1, 2.
And then at the same time, she can still hear her piano?
Yes.
Right now, it's just a voice?
Yeah. If you turn the piano on. You hear it? And if I take it off, I turn it off, it should be out. It's coming through there
For
too.
both of them, okay.
I'll turn them both off. They're both off now.
Yes, okay.
So now if I just turn that one,
Hers the only one going, I mean.
yep. Or I turn that up. So you have control over both.
So mostly the praise team would more so want to hear their voice and the music?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, the only time, this is really just for Reverend Crawley or whatever the musician is at that time. This enables the praise team to hear themselves, as well as, the thing you're gonna have to be cautious of is the volume that they need here is gonna be slightly different from out there, right?
So it's best for,
Right.
when we come in, is to come in and test these first,
Exactly.
where it's real quiet,
Right.
okay?
They're not gonna be able to hear to
Out
the same
front.
degree that you are, so you're gonna have to judge whether it's not too loud for the congregation or loud enough versus what they need, right?
Right. It's completely separate.
Right, so if you hear me go like this, that means I need more on these
On this,
monitors,
not
but
so
not
much.
necessarily
Oh,
that, and
okay.
you're gonna have to be the judge of what's.
Right.
here. You with me?
Yes, okay.
So if I go like
anytime-
that,
anytime you're talking is you.
Right, right, so if we're doing a song or whatever, at the end we're worshiping and I go like this, I need more, I'm referring to these monitors here, right here, right? You have to be the judge of what they hear out there, that is not too loud, but loud enough.
Yes, okay.
Got it?
Yes, okay.
Yep, that's good.
I want to see all of that again. too,
Okay.
Over and over, because I'm not a good note taker when I'm trying to listen.
Okay, I'll put it on a, you got a computer at home?
No.
Oh.
I'm going to get one soon, though. But I don't have one right now.
You got a DVD player at home?
Yes.
I burn on DVD and give it to you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So just to go back, so monitor A is the pulpit, so that's done by these, so whatever. If you gotta turn that up so people can hear themselves. Yep. And then this is the piano one, but now don't forget, this has to be up for it to work.
Okay.
So if she says, hey, turn Jim's voice down in my monitor, you would just turn it down.
Oh, so I would turn it down up here and not,
Yeah.
okay.
Keep in mind, these are just what you hear out front here.
Oh, okay.
See? Check, 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 check. This has nothing to do with the monitors.
Yes, I'm with you now.
So question, so the monitors is a row all the way across to the right?
Right here.
Yeah. Is that all
Yeah.
the way across?
Yep.
Okay.
And this is the record. So this is the volume separate that sends to up here.
Wow, so you can adjust for
The reason-
every single channel?
Yeah, the reason why we did that is just for that reason, so you can adjust the recording different than out front. Sometimes you want the voice louder in the recording, but not out here. It's already loud enough.
Right,
So how would you do that? It has to be
Right.
separate.
right.
But, in order for you to know how
How
loud it
it
is
sounds?
myself,
Good
without
question.
recording it on a disc?
Headphones.
Okay, okay.
Plug
You
some.
do
I
that.
see some headphones in there.
Yes, okay.
This is your volume. Plug them in. We'll do it.
Yes.
And listen to
What I hear
what you hear.
being recorded.
And you go, oh, it'll take a little bit,
Oh,
you know.
Tweaking here and there,
Yeah.
adjusting, finding the sweet spot.
Right.
okay.
The most important thing is a bishop's voice.
Exactly.
You want to make sure that's prominent, and then everything else is secondary.
Yes, yes, okay.
So that's those three, pretty important. And then we just go up here. This section is what they call the equalizer section.
Mm.
HF, MF, and LF. High frequency, mid frequency, low frequency. Simpler terms, treble, mid-range, bass.
Okay.
So my voice sounds pretty good. Say I wanted a little more bass. Hey, now it sounds really rich, but
That's nice.
kind of false, bassy. Or maybe I have a bassy voice and it's too bassy. Let's get rid of some of that bass. Check. Or maybe I don't pronounce my words very well and I need a little more treble. Check, 1, 2, a little crisper.
Oh,
But you have,
That sound, you don't want to hear that, do you? That,
no,
okay.
I was overcompensating, so
Oh.
yeah, that's kind of annoying, a little too much. And then mid-range is kind of the vocal range. If I turn mid-range all the way off, sounds kind of hollow. Hear how it sounds kind of weird?
Right.
And if I turn it up, you can hear more of my speaking voice, a little more robust. Check, 1, 2, check. So that's pretty good. Usually you don't have to adjust these much. Now what I will say is, say I'm on stage, and I'll go on stage here. Let's turn up the monitor. Check, 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 1, 2. If you hear like a little feedback, sometimes you have to cut, what I call cut, or turn down the high frequencies to get rid of that feedback. Does that make sense?
Yes, but you're hearing feedback now?
No. If I go
Because
up
I'm trying
there,
to say, I don't hear
No.
feedback.
you shouldn't. I can try to make it feedback without killing my ears.
Oh.
Check. You know, oh, well.
I know
somebody
what
wants
I
the
know what
mic.
you're talking about. When they get close to it, right,
Yeah.
like
Here?
that, yes. Okay,
Nobody should do that. But that
So-
that high end Now that, go on that channel and turn down that one that said HF. Turn it all the way to the left, all the way off. You got rid of that,
Right.
because we're cutting all those high frequencies.
Okay.
You usually don't want to cut that much, because then it starts to make it muddy. But just so you know, that's what you, if you did
So
hear
when
some
I get
feedback.
I need the high
But this
frequency.
is really good, you're not gonna. I mean, they're pretty loud up here, so. You're not gonna get it,
Okay.
unless somebody shoves the mic into the speaker like I did.
Okay.
So yeah, that's, just to kind of keep that in mind if you hear that. Now my ear's shot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't you. I just wanted to do it to make it do it.
But I see you did these, what is this black button for?
All right, good question. So see how it's, where are we? Right here. See how it's tied into the blue one? That's the mid frequency, the MF. You can pick the frequency you want to cut or boost. These are like frequencies. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's like 4K, 3K, 1K. Those are like on an equalizer, frequencies of high, mids, and lows. So you can pick, like, if I set it here and I cut those frequencies out, those are like mid frequencies. Or I could, these are higher frequencies, I can boost them, check, hear it, the difference.
Yes.
Or I could cut that out, check.
You don't hear it. It's
So
not
it's, you can,
crisp.
right, you can fine tune. I leave it in the middle,
Okay.
yeah.
And when it comes to mine, it's a matter of just finding that I'm comfortable with.
Right.
Yes.
The speaker's a little bit different, so we'll just have to kind of play with it until we find.
This system sounds pretty good without, you don't need to do a lot of adjustment.
Right.
I mean, that's a sign of a good system. Usually if you're adjusting, it's because you're overcompensating either for a cheap microphone or something's wrong somewhere, or it's a bad speaker, or, you know, you shouldn't have to go crazy with that, you know.
Can I ask you something else?
Yes.
I heard that when I was someone was speaking to me about the system, and they said that sometimes because the room is empty, that means that you won't get the same sound when a crowd of people is
Yep.
in.
Correct. Makes a big difference when there's people, they absorb sound, plus just the room noise. So sometimes it may sound loud right now, but you get 50 people in here and it'll suck up that sound, absorb it, so you might have to turn up the volume a little bit.
Okay. But still don't bother. It's best not to bother that
No.
once I get adjusted for
Right.
them. Yes, okay.
So that's the equalizer section, that's what I call it. So, and probably the most important part is this red
That's the
knob,
gain.
the gain,
That's what I was.
the dreaded gain. Everybody, so the gain is like a volume, like this, which is a volume. And these are volumes to the monitors.
Okay.
But if your gain's not set right, nothing in the chain is good. And what I mean by that is, so let's, the gain, let's turn the gain off. So I have it all the way down. Obviously you can't hear me unless I turn it all the way up. And you can barely hear me. You can see that meter is barely going up. And it's like, wow, how come? That's not very good. So what you want to do, oops, is turn this off. And you have somebody chalk. And this, no, we skipped over this, the PFL button. That goes in conjunction with this.
Okay.
So right now, I hear nothing. Let me turn the monitors off. Everything's off. So the correct way to do it is get each person to sing into their mic or talk like they're gonna do it live. Which most people, when you say test your mic, they go test 1, 2, test. And then they get up on stage to sing and they're like, ah! And it's like, but if you push that in, it sends my voice over here to the meters. See it?
Yes.
And I'll let you do it. Turn that gain down all the way. Next one over. Turn it all the way off. Check, check, check. See? Not very good signal.
Right.
So you need to keep turning that up until it's just into the yellow with me talking. Test 1, 2, check, check. Check 1, 2, check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Right about there.
Right.
That's a good, what I call a good,
Okay.
strong signal with my voice. Now it's going to be different for everybody. Your voice isn't going to be like mine.
Yes.
So now that input is perfectly matched to this channel. So now you turn this up and listen how nice my voice sounds. There's plenty of volume. There you go. And you can turn that off or leave it on. All it does is it routes this input to this,
Oh.
so you can see the meter.
Just before, when I have them testing their
You
mic,
gotta
I
get
should
here
always do
early.
this.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yep. That's really important.
Okay.
Once this is set, you don't really need to touch it
Touch it no more.
unless it's a different singer.
Exactly, okay.
Now, let me go up and play the piano, and you do the same thing.
Keyboard right here.
Yep, you push that PFL in, and you watch the lights.
Okay, let me push it all the way down, turn it all the way down first, right?
You know, some people pound on the piano, and some have a really light touch. If they're pounding and that is going into the red all the time, those lights, it's going to sound distorted.
That's good right there.
So that's probably just into the yellow.
Yes.
So perfect. So I was pinning it pretty hard. That would be the hardest I would play during a service.
Oh, okay.
You know, but now if I play light, you have a nice.
But it still don't go up to it's not going to the yellow now, but that's
Right,
good,
but
right?
if I were to play loud,
Oh,
it doesn't go into the red.
it don't,
You don't.
no.
You don't want it to
Right.
go into the red because then it's going to distort.
Oh, okay, okay.
So you want to set that level to the maximum. Either I'd be talking, or the maximum person's going to be pounding. And it's hard to get the performer or the singer because, especially in the morning, they're just going to go check 1, 2, check, check, check.
Right.
Is that good? Okay.
Yeah, that's.
And then they start singing, and they're like, and then you're going crazy because everything's in the red.
Okay, okay, I'm with you now.
And that's something too to to train the singers to put the mic
In front of.
in front of their mouth, not like this over the top, not down here. You know, straight like this.
Okay,
This is the part that picks up, not the side, not the back, straight.
amen, okay, okay. I love this lesson.
So
I
that
love it.
that takes that covers that whole what I call channel strip.
Well, what is this, what is this? You didn't say anything about these.
Yeah, I
They're-
didn't. That's part of the EQ section,
What's EQ?
the equalizer section. That's part of this
okay.
section.
Oh, okay. I
So
thought
see?
it went with the game.
Nah, well, it looks like it does, but
It goes with this.
Yeah.
Once you get the
Equalizer,
singer
okay.
down, so you got to mark it on
so it says 100 hertz.
right.
So right now when it's up, it's not activated. When you push it in, it's on. All that does is cut off some of the low frequencies.
Oh, okay.
It just cuts them right off. Instead of doing it from here, sometimes on microphones, I like to put them in, like for these 4. Oh, by the way, these are the 4 wireless.
Okay.
I like to put it in for all 4. It just gets rid of some of that hand noise, the rumbling,
Oh, okay.
like listen.
Mm,
You can't really hear it. If I turn the bass up and then if I put this in, just the real low frequencies. It's not very noticeable. I would leave them in for your vocal mics. It'll just clean up the sound. But that's what it does. It's like cutting a frequency.
okay, so I would leave it in.
Yeah, just for those.
The 4, where's that, wait, no, don't,
Oh, sorry.
don't answer my question yet, let me think about it. The 5th one is this,
The wired one.
exactly, the 5th one.
Yeah.
So it would be, so I would put it
Yeah.
down on this
Yep,
one
go ahead.
also, okay?
Yeah, so these.
Not so much of the piano or any.
No, because you want that low end. You don't want to, on a piano has a full range from the highs to the lows, like a bass guitar has the lows. So if you push that in, you're going to cut some of those frequencies off, and there's no need to. But on a vocal, it cleans up all that garbage we call that gets in the low end that makes it muddy.
Okay.
And that's why they put that on there.
Alright. So I think,
All right, this is, so the 2 red are your master volumes
okay,
for out front. Those you want to keep at 0 all the time.
all the time, okay.
And just control your level from here. If you need to make it louder, make it louder. And just leave this.
So it's mainly saying the 2 speakers I always keep it, because these don't really concern the speaker or not?
Yes, if you pull them down. Check, check.
Oh, okay. So what is the speakers are mainly coming from this,
Yep, left
Okay.
and right.
left and right, so I need
Check,
to
check.
keep them up at 0. Okay?
Yes,
My speakers always, I knew the speakers were there, but I just wanted to make sure.
yes.
Okay. The speakers are always at 0.
Yeah. If somebody hits it or you hit it, try to keep them even.
Oh.
Because if we just turn this one, it's
Did
just a
everybody get all
speaker,
of that?
but that speaker, it's not gonna work. So, whatever you do, do the same. If you do turn it down, turn them both down, even.
Yes, okay.
It's got headphone jacks, a little mini one and a regular one.
Okay.
And there's the headphone volume.
And what would I be hearing through those headphones?
Everything that's plugged in.
Okay. So I would be able to hear mainly everything that's plugged in, I'll be able to hear much clearer with
Yeah.
headsets.
Are these?
Yes, they were. Got the right bottom to it.
Well, this